do the.
And we are live. Everybody, welcome to the newest edition of Off the Dome Show. My name is Lucas, joined by my co-hosts Andy and Nathan. How we doing, boys?
Good, man. Not too shabby.
That's
Yep,
what we
doing
like to hear.
Now you want
doing all right.
to?
That's
Yeah.
what we like to hear. I gotta say, I love all the Mizzou gear. I feel like we tried to always wear Mizzou gear, but like
Absolutely.
we're really feeling it today, and it's kind of fitting because it's homecoming week.
Yeah.
And we all here, and I got I always get an old fashioned with me, and it is the Mizzou Six Columns bourbon. So we got that rocking and rolling. Um, so I'm excited. Before we get into the show, everybody, please like and share the show. Any support, we really do appreciate over here. Again, we're just doing this for fun. Just three boneheads talking Mizzou because we enjoy it. So like, share, share it to whoever. It helps us out a ton. But obviously we missed last week, and we missed so we missed last week. We missed the talking about the A&M game. So what we've decided to do is we're not going to talk about that game or the UMass game because they offset. We learned that we got shit on by
I don't
A&M.
know if that's how it works.
We got shit on by A&M, and then we played a really bad UMass team and pooped on them. So I
Yeah.
feel like that's pretty offsetting.
All right.
Mizzou
I
was
wish it canceled
UMass
out the
and the
Texas A&M loss, but it doesn't.
Mizzou was UMass in the Texas A&M
Yeah.
game.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
essentially what it was.
Yeah.
Anyways, before we jump into anything, boys, tell me how you guys been. It's been a week since everyone's got to hear from you. So
Nate, you want to go first?
Yeah. We're hanging in there, right? Still no update on my car. Still don't have that fixed yet.
I
But
didn't even think about that. Dang.
yeah, still carless, as some would say. Working on trying to get a rental car right now. So
I'm assuming the other insurance is taking care of it.
yeah.
Nice.
Yep. But other than that, just working like a dog for someone else.
Yeah, that's what they say, man. That's what they say. Andy, how are you?
Well, A&M was it was a pretty bad day in recent memory. We'll get into that maybe a little more, and then the Royals also lost that day on a pretty questionable call at second base, you could say. But that following Monday was awesome. The Royals won a playoff game in the Bronx, sent it back to Kansas City 1-1, and the Chiefs won on Monday Night Football. So that was arguably the best day in KC sports history in God knows how long. Got to go to one of the playoff games at Kauffman. It was a lot of fun initially until we were losing the second pitch. The atmosphere was awesome. Still had a good time. I just really fucking hate the Yankees. I hope anybody but them wins the World Series, but it was a fun game. Or just fun to be there. Good to bring playoff baseball back to the K. Obviously wasn't what we wanted, but it was better than any expectations anybody had for the Royals this season. So that was fun. The job search is complete, boys. I've told you this, but to our viewers, I finally landed on a job with Fit PT, and I'm going to be working coming up on not next Monday, but the Monday after that. So your boy's finally got his big boy job, and hopefully a big boy paycheck coming with that, and that's pretty good. So watched us beat UMass, which I mean, a dub's a dub, but I think that's the least happy I've been about a win in a long time. I wasn't moved at all. Like I was like, yeah, thank God we got a touchdown there. Like what the fuck?
Yeah.
It was I don't know. It was a very weird experience. Like usually I love blowout wins, but after the last week, it just didn't really. I don't know. It's a pretty neutral feeling of like, okay, we're doing what we're supposed to do. Just hoping we get back on track this week. But yeah, life's good. Got the job. Kind of taking care of some, housekeeping stuff with that, getting clothes, doing credentialing, yada yada yada. That's about it.
That's what we love to hear, man. That's what we
Yeah.
Hey, congratulations to you on your job.
Yep.
Thank you, dog.
Nice.
Appreciate it.
Toast to the show goes out to Andrew for this one.
All right.
Congratulations.
Thank you, boys.
Oh, that's so good. That is so good. Oh my gosh. I'm turning into an alcoholic, dude. I think I've had at least one every day this week.
I think you have
I'm gonna have
to.
to get some of that bourbon. I still have not had. Well, I mean, I've tried it at your place, but I have not.
Well,
not had it
we
myself.
took a shot of it. We didn't actually sip on it.
That's true. We didn't even savor it. I mean, that's the wrong way
No,
to
we
do it.
literally opened it up and just
Oh,
shot it.
golly.
Yeah, dude.
I don't
It
even
wasn't
remember
Wow.
like what the occasion was. I mean, it was probably was it because the Cotton Bowl? Maybe. I don't
I
know.
think we
It
just
was
took it to take
something
it, bro.
celebratory.
I
I
think we
might have
just.
just done that too. Might have done that too. Or maybe it was for Morgan Wallen. I don't know.
I was
Whatever.
waiting to open it
Yeah.
until we tried it at the same time. So,
Yeah.
but it's delicious.
Yeah,
Very
I'll
good.
have to get some of that. So
But then, man, we'll just jump into this preview, man. I don't really want to talk about UMass or A&M. They're pretty self-explanatory. Look at the score, and you know everything that you need to know. Mizzou
Yep.
was really bad, and then they played a really bad team and looked kind of good. That's just essentially down to what it is in the simplest form. This week, your Missouri Tigers homecoming week. For those of you who don't know, Mizzou invented homecoming, so it's a huge week for your Missouri Tigers as they play Auburn Tigers. They're coming to Mizzou to take us on. Your Auburn Tigers are 2-4. They're 0-3 in the SEC right now. Their record looks worse than they are. They should have beat Oklahoma. They were in it against Arkansas as well, and their other loss was Georgia, and they lost by 20-something points. But I mean, it's Georgia. They haven't looked like the Georgia that we all know, but it's still Georgia at the end of the day.
Right.
Auburn is really good at turning the football over. Very good at turning the football over. So I think that's going to be the key for our defense because our defense has not looked great the last couple weeks. Or I'll say A&M because UMass again doesn't really matter. A&M they did not look good, so we need to force turnovers against this Auburn team because realistically, Auburn is not a terrible team. They lost by 7 to Cal. They lost it by 10 to Arkansas. And they lost by 6 to Oklahoma, which is a game they again should have won. And then Georgia, they lost by 18. They don't. Their best win right now is against New Mexico.
Yeah.
But as far as some injury updates for you, Missouri Tigers, Khalil Jacobs and I hope I don't get this wrong. I believe it's Joe Moore
Yeah.
out for the season.
Oh, shit, really?
Yeah, they're both out for the season. So linebacker and edge rusher are out, which I feel like are both big blows for your Missouri Tigers.
Mm-hmm.
You hate to see anybody, get injured, let alone someone on your team, and especially out for the season.
Yep.
So we're gonna need some guys to step up, man.
Yeah.
We're gonna need some guys to step up, and I truly believe if we can get to the quarterback on Saturday, make Peyton Thorne give us or throw the football to us, which it looks like he's been pretty good at this year. It should be
Jeez.
that would be my key to victory for the Missouri Tigers.
It'd be nice to see a pick six or something.
I would like to see a pick. I would like to just see more sacks, man. I think our leading sack. I'm gonna pull it up right now just so I can give you an accurate number. I'm pretty sure our leading sacker has 2 sacks.
Yeah, I think McKellen.
McClellan, yeah.
Yeah, defensive. I'll tell you right now, it's not good. I'll tell you that. Whatever it is.
They've been pretty underwhelming. I mean, I thought based on
Yeah, 2.5
last year was a
sacks.
different team. But
Was Chris McClellan, our defensive tackle. Second place was Khalil Jacobs, the guy who's out for the season with 2.
is it Jacobs or Joe Moore that's out?
Both.
Are they both out?
Both
Fuck
out.
me.
Yeah, no, they're both out.
Damn.
So I would like to see some pressures, man. Mizzou has probably less than 10 sacks on the season.
Yeah.
So it's not great.
No.
So for me, that's what I want to see. I want to see QB pressures, which I understand. You may not want to pressure as a defensive coordinator if your corners can't guard or cover the receiver. So I understand it's a little give and take here, but I would like to see some pressures by our defensive line.
Yeah.
Which I think
I want to know. I want to know where Johnny Walker's been. I mean, it sounded like he was going to have a breakout year after the Cotton Bowl. And
Dude, he was my
I think I've heard his
defensive.
name like twice.
He was my defensive player of the year. Like watch for me before the season. Johnny Walker. He has 1 sack.
Yeah, I don't know. Guys got to start stepping
And think
up.
about the teams we've beaten. We've beaten Buffalo,
Yep.
Murray State,
UMass.
Vandy,
Yeah.
UMass, and Boston College. And he's 1 sack between those 5 games.
Yeah. Something's not adding up.
No, no.
Yeah.
Zion Young also has only one sack. I think it actually came last week. No, it came against A&M, I believe.
When got his first sack
He did.
against UMass, you mentioned that.
He did. It was funny
So
because he like hopped on the dude's back.
yeah, rode him to the
Someone
ground.
as
Yeah,
big as him, he hopped on the dude's back. It was kind of funny, but it was
yeah.
cool to see.
But,
See, I know it's UMass, and somebody said something about it the other day, being like, "It's UMass. You gotta take it with a grain of salt." But I'm like, this is a 18-year-old playing against
Yeah.
20-year-old men who have been in college strength programs for probably a couple of years, and he went out there and got a sack on him. So to me, regardless of it being UMass, I thought it was impressive.
Yep.
yeah, it's a good start for sure.
It
Yeah.
definitely is a good start. I mean, he's got the natural skill and natural strength. I would like to see him
Yeah,
develop next year and the year after. I think he's going to be insane.
yeah.
Because I looked at it. So like, Von Miller is like 6'4", 240 or something. Nawari is 6'6", 260.
Jeez.
Yeah, yeah. So
He's 18.
yeah, and
That,
he's bigger than NFL.
Jeez.
He's bigger than NFL DNs.
I was watching some show the other day where they were like, "Where do they find these kids?" And again, I want to retweet that question. Where do they find these fucking kids, dude?
Yeah.
Like, I'm
Yeah.
6'4" and 205 now. 6'6" and 260. Are you fucking kidding me?
That's a big boy.
Crazy, dude.
And he's what?
And he's 18.
And he's
I'm
8 years younger.
26. Oh
God.
my god, dude. What are we doing? What are we even doing? What are we feeding these kids? Man, it's just nuts. It's insane.
Protein.
A lot of
Protein.
protein. More
That's
protein than
it.
I can
Just straight protein,
consume.
dog.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Just
Yeah.
protein shakes. That's all he does.
Wow.
But anyways, yeah, you were saying.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, back to the preview. I want to know your guys' thoughts defensively. What were some things you'd like to see? I think, or what are your keys for the defensive side of the football in order to help us win this football game Saturday?
So, just looking at what Auburn has, they have a pretty good receiver, Simmons, who's a freshman who's been, kind of holding the offense for him. So if we can really get some pressure on their quarterback and lock that guy down, I think we'd stand a pretty good chance.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
I think
There.
they're gonna, kind of key off him quite a bit in the game.
Yeah, so Simmons has 18 catches, 260 yards, 2 touchdowns. They have another receiver. I don't know. I know his name's Lambert Smith. 24 catches, 510 yards, and 6 touchdowns. So they got a couple guys, man. They
Yeah.
got. I'm gonna say his name wrong, so I'm gonna look at it. Jarquez Hunter, their running back, is a phenomenal running back. 78 carries for 528. He's averaging 6.8 yards a carry.
Damn.
And I think the center of our D line is solid with Chris McClellan and Christian Williams.
Yep.
But it really comes down to those linebackers and edge rushers containing the run and making them go inside. So I'd be curious to see how that is. Jarquez Hunter is not a speed back. He's a running back that will lower his shoulder and run over you. And Mizzou's tackling hasn't necessarily been great. So that's something that they're definitely going to need to be good at on Saturday is tackling.
Yeah.
Because Auburn again has playmakers on their team. Now their record is 2-4, but they have guys.
Yep.
They have plenty of
I'd
guys.
say my keys on defense, like we've all talked about, is the turnovers. I watched a little clip of Drinkwitz talking about the preview for Auburn and just saying that the main thing that's killed them so far in SEC play and just overall has been turnovers. So we need to capitalize on that. And if you remember, that was kind of what turned around the Boston College game, was getting that pick.
Yep.
Kind of started to turn around the momentum. So if we could, utilize turnovers in a similar way, that would be good. And then I would also say, Lucas, like you touched on, I saw that their running back Hunter, I think he's leading the SEC in yards per carry. So
I would hope so.
we've done
7 yards carry is insane.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I think and rushing yardage too. He's got more at least than our leading rusher Noel. So just trying to contain the run. And I mean, we've done a good job of containing mobile QBs so far this year, but I don't even remember. I mean, A&M just blew us up, so that's not even, just throw that game out. To see how we do against the run. So
As far as rushing leaders in the SEC, Jarquez Hunter comes in at 5.
okay.
He has 1 less carry than Nate Noel, and he has 50 more yards than Nate Noel. But again, Nate Noel didn't even play last week.
Right.
Yeah.
Because due to back tightness. So
Yeah.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
we get him back for this game.
Yeah, no, it sounds like the guys that we are worried about missing or that were questionable coming in are all going to play.
Okay.
Where did I see this at? I just literally had all the injuries up. Luther Burden left the UMass injured, but it looks like he's going to be good to go. And Nate Noel looks like he's going to be good to go. Peyton Thorne as a quarterback for the Auburn Tigers. Last year he was not good, very far from good, very bad. But the Auburn offense was also very bad offensively last year. Now they have the fifth most explosive offense, I think, in all of college football, if not then the SEC. So they again can make plays. It's just them turning the ball over that's killing them. And
Yeah.
Mizzou has been good about not turning the ball over. Brady Cook only has one pick. I don't think we have very many fumbles, if any, that we've lost anyways. I know we fumbled, but I don't know if
Yeah.
we've lost a fumble.
Yeah.
So we've been really good about taking care of the football. There was one drive in particular in that UMass game where I felt really good about. It was the drive where ended in a Brett Norfleet touchdown. Brady Cook was throwing
Yep.
the ball, and it looked like
Yep.
he was confident on where he was throwing the ball, and every pass looked good, especially the one in the end zone to Norfleet. He put it right where he needed it to go, the back of the end zone to Norfleet over the linebacker. So I am hoping Brady builds on that
Yep.
come Saturday. So for my offensive key, obviously I'd like to establish the running game. I think our running game has been really good this year. Our rushing efficiency has been really good, and I would like to not stray away from that. I feel like in the A&M game we stopped running the football.
Yeah.
And I understand that A&M's defensive line was just doing whatever they wanted to us.
It also got out of hand pretty quickly.
Yeah.
It did. It did.
Very,
Didn't help.
very quickly.
Yeah.
It just made our offense so one-dimensional. So I would like to get the run game,
Yeah.
establish the run game. I would like to see a lot less QB designed runs. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
like if Brady Cook is scrambling on a pass play to extend it and or to get some yardage, I'm fine with that. But
Yeah.
I don't want to see QB powers because it just has not worked this year.
He doesn't have the running ability that he did last year. He does not look the
His
same.
scrambling, he's a good scrambler, not a good runner.
Yeah.
And I would
Yeah.
like to see him just be confident where he's throwing the football. Against Texas A&M, we did not throw one pass over the middle of the field, not one.
Nice.
And then last week, I don't think we threw very many over the field either. I wish I had the exact number on that, but it's not something that we've used at least the last couple of weeks. And with getting Brett Norfleet or using him a little more last week, it made me feel good about the offense.
Yeah.
Because I feel like tight ends are really good about the middle of the field, and I just want Brady to give or to take what is given to him. So if it's short, little 3-4 yard passes, take it. I trust our running backs to get 2 or 3 yards, or the 2 yards is not great, but like 3 yards carry. So so that's kind of what I'm feeling. I would like to see some confident passing. I'd like to establish a run game.
Yeah. I like to see Noel with 100+ rushing yards and Cook 200+ throwing.
If Nate Noel gets 100 plus rushing yards, in my opinion, if I'm just looking at the box score, it feels like Mizzou's controlling that game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is what we need to do.
Yep. And I think lean on him, man. Lean on Nate Noel and Marcus Carroll.
Yeah.
They have been so good this year. And Marcus
Yeah.
Carroll has 58 carries. Nate Noel has 70. So between the two of them, they have 120, 130 carries. The leading rusher in the SEC has 120 by himself. So he has more, or just about the same carries as our top two running backs combined.
I really would like to see. I mean, it's worked so far besides the A&M game, but I'd really like to. They haven't appeared to me to be a 1-2 punch the way I would have imagined it to be. Like obviously, Noel was the predominant back for every game except for the last one, and then Carroll took most of the running against UMass. But I mean, maybe it's just long-term memory loss. I don't know. But I don't feel like I've seen Marcus Carroll as like the designated third down back, and maybe it's just situational, schemes and all that. Maybe they're putting in Jamal Roberts or Kiwan Lacey, and it's a better scheme for those guys. But I haven't seen them kind of alternate the way I would have envisioned between Carroll and Noel. So I'd be interested to see how that plays out this week.
I agree. And I think, open up if that run game is working, I think it opens up the passing lanes, or it will open up the passing lanes for Brady Cook, and he can be confident
Sure.
where he's throwing the football. So
Yep,
in the
for
end, it
sure.
only helps. I'd like to see a lot less sideline to sideline play, so less jet sweeps, less reverses, less wide receiver screens. Yes, I know they help, and there's situations where you can use those. And if I just want to see Brady build on his confidence, which it looks like he got a little back last week, and then I want us to take that next step offensively because once this offense is clicking, I feel like that is when we're hard to beat.
Yeah. Once we get the
I'd
ball
love
rolling
for
and we just keep it going, feeling confident, we just keep that thing going.
I'd
We
love
do look
for
good.
Brady to take another step from last week. Even I mean, he started to look a little bit better because Drinkwitz even talked about that. Like there was a point where he's like, "We're not going to run the ball anymore this game." That was when we got like the Joshua Manning touchdown.
Oh, and
But
I'm glad you brought up Joshua. I would love to see more snaps by Joshua Manning. Yeah,
Yeah.
Drinkwitz said so every week they do a Tiger Talk, so it's like a little
yeah,
show that they do.
yeah,
And Drinkwitz
buds.
said
Yeah,
that he thinks that Joshua Manning has earned all of his snaps, which is good. Um, and then he was supposed to start. I think the Texas A&M game is what he said, but he had like some kind of injury, so he was limited.
Mm.
But I would like the dude has every time I feel like he catches the football, he's making a play. Every
yeah,
time. And Brady clearly has some kind of chemistry with him because he likes giving him the ball as well.
yeah.
So
I would
I would
say
like
yeah. Go ahead.
no, you're good, you're good. I was gonna say I just
I
want
would
to see more
say
Josh Manning.
Yeah, I would say my key for the game is, I mean, besides talking about kind of the splitting of the running attack, I'd love to see a bounce back game for Mookie Cooper because we loved him last year, but he had like two or three just bad drops against A&M, and I mean that game was already out of hand.
Two of them were
But
touchdowns.
yeah, exactly. I mean, it could have at least made it look a little less awful, and maybe we wouldn't have
Yeah.
dropped quite as much in the polls. Um, I know. I mean, I know he's got it. He was clutch for us last year, so I think he had one of those catches at the end for
The
against
Florida
Florida.
game.
If
Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, I just hope he bounces back. I mean, we know Theo's good. We know Luther's a stud. I just hope Mookie can get back to form. So
Speaking of
and
the rank,
Brady. I mean, yeah,
Brady's the key.
yeah,
Yep. Yep.
Brady's the key to unlocking this offense. It's on his shoulders. He's the captain of this team. He's the veteran. He's the quarterback.
yeah,
He needs to and all the players tell you like this is their leader. This is their quarterback. And they literally said it after the A&M game. They said this is our leader.
yeah.
They respect the hell out of him. So I would like to see Brady just take another step, man. You're at this point, just let it fly. Let it fly, dude. There was something I wanted to bring up. I can't remember what it is, but I do want to bring up the fact that Hugh Freeze, Auburn coach, had said that he gave props to Eli Drinkwitz to doing more with a lesser roster, and he grouped Missouri with Kentucky and Vanderbilt. He grouped all three teams together, saying that those three coaches were doing good with lesser rosters.
Interesting comment there.
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
I think it was less talented, but still, yeah, not not the most what PR friendly way to phrase that.
It's like
Yeah.
if why say it the week you're playing them? You know what I
Yeah,
mean? That's
yeah.
that's free bulletin board material for the Mizzou.
Yeah.
And honestly, that might be something they've needed. They might have needed. I mean, not they've had bulletin board material all year. People have kind of been doubting them, and at this point, you can't blame them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But being called lesser to the team that's coming to your town on homecoming,
Well, they've had something to prove all year long, but now they really have something to prove. So,
Yeah.
dude, the SEC is wide open right now.
It
yeah,
It is
absolutely.
wide open. Bama should have
Bama's
lost
the most
last week.
vulnerable they've
yeah,
been in
Bama should have lost.
20,
Ten,
20 years.
Tennessee, who looked unstoppable, now looks stoppable. They should have
Right?
lost back-to-back weeks.
Overtime.
Yeah, they should have
Yeah.
lost back-to-back weeks.
That was a good game right there to catch.
Georgia, they're winning games, but they haven't looked great.
They didn't look like the Georgia of last
And
year.
and Texas' best win is against a bad Michigan team.
Yeah.
And Oklahoma, but Oklahoma has literally zero. They don't have an offense. They don't put any players on the field on offense. They just put them
Yeah,
out there on the field on defense. They don't have an offense. It's non-existent.
yeah.
So I think the SEC is completely wide open. I mean, Vanderbilt went out and beat Kentucky last week. They beat Bama.
The
And
week before.
somehow beating Bama only drops a couple spots in the rankings. But Mizzou beats Vanderbilt, and we drop more spots than Bama did when they lost to Vandy.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Make that make sense.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can after the performance we had at A&M because we did have a bye week before that, so that
That's
is
fair.
Even
again,
then,
yeah, that is again. I mean,
yeah.
there was a lot of upsets, you know. That
Well,
was football's been crazy this year, you
it's
know,
been fun though,
especially
dude.
with the reshaping of the SEC and the playoff draws now for
Dude,
12.
do you guys
Anyone.
think? Do you think college football has been more exciting? It feels like any team can be any team on a Saturday.
Yes.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
There's no like, dominating teams out there that have like blown teams out of the water where you're like, yep, that's the team,
Yeah,
I
you
think there
know.
were 4 or 5 games last week that in the top 25 that went to overtime. I think,
Yeah.
or down to like the last minute.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
Even that K State. I stayed up late for that K State Colorado game.
Mhm.
That
yeah.
game was a wild finish.
I saw
Yeah.
the clip at the end of it. It was crazy.
Yeah.
You
So
should insert clips
epic
like
upset.
that.
I need to get some clips. I might try to do that moving forward. Is get some clips of at least some of the Mizzou or some of the plays for the team we're playing and or Mizzou, and then maybe for Pick'ems we can get some crazy. Maybe we do like a top 5 plays of the week or something.
Yeah.
Even though
There
it's
we
not
go.
completely Mizzou related, it's college football related, so it fits in there somehow.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, at this point it's anyone's grabs out of all the divisions, so
Do you think this is Mizzou's most important game on their schedule now?
I think as far as like just the game coming up, I don't want to sound like anyone else or like coaches, but it is the game that's in front of us, and it is an SEC school that I do believe it's going to challenge us for the games that we have ahead of us.
Hmm.
Again, we after this, we go on the road to Alabama, and then we're on the road again to um,
We're
is
on
it
the road to
Oklahoma?
Bama, and then Oklahoma comes here. But I think
Okay,
we have
Yeah.
a bye
Bye
week
week
after
in
Bama.
Oklahoma.
okay.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, but still, I mean, you can't throw those teams out given how they've performed, even though Vandy beat Alabama. I mean, Bama is Bama. I mean, we saw how they played last week, but again, I think this will set the tone for the rest of the season. And I
Hmm.
think it's a game that we do need to go out there and perform and show that you know, doesn't matter who we play, given our past, first part of the season,
Hmm.
we still can compete in this division.
Yep, 100%. I think this is Mizzou's biggest game for the reason that what's going on, dude?
Jesse
Just
felt
for the
like tagging along. I didn't pick her up, so there you go.
Mm,
just for the fact that Mizzou has to win this game. If they lose, any hopes of the college football playoffs is gone.
yep.
Yeah, for sure.
So they have
Which,
to win.
well, I wouldn't say it's gone because I feel like you could still make
Mm,
it into the playoffs with a 9-3 record. Sure, you're going to be going up against a harder opponent
Nine
as
and
per
three.
design.
If Mizzou loses this game, and I'm assuming the other game you're considering them losing is Bama, their best win is then what? Oklahoma. They have no resume,
Yeah.
yeah,
zero.
we're kind of done. Our best
So
one would be
I
Vandy.
mean, if you lose against
Yeah,
Auburn,
I know, right? I
yeah,
mean,
Who
hell,
would
at this
imagine
point, it
that?
is our best win.
if
Yeah.
you lose to Auburn and then I guess go beat Bama and Oklahoma, like you went out and then you're 10-2. I mean, I guess there's still a shot, but I still don't think losing to Auburn gives you a good chance of going in.
Yeah.
This because this is at home and on homecoming. I think this is a game that Mizzou has to win if the college football playoffs is still their goal, which I imagine it is.
Which I hope it ain't just their goal. Hopefully their goal is to make it to that natty.
I mean, I'm sure that's their goal. I'm sure that's what they talked about at the start of the year, and they got bumped off the road just a little bit.
Yeah.
It's I think these next few weeks is going to show who this team is. How resilient are they? You got smoked, but can you bounce back and show that you are meant to be, a top 10 team that you were at the start of the year?
Yeah. Here's my theory. We win this game and then we go on the road and we do beat Bama. Then we're in the talks again. I feel like.
If you win this game and then you go to Bama and win, you're absolutely in
Yeah.
talks again. Yeah, Bama's ranked 7 right now. They should have lost at home last week. They did lose to Vandy. But that game, I guess, was on the road. Even though Nick Saban that same week said that Vandy was the only place in the SEC that's not hard to play at.
Yeah,
I
which
think that
that
was an old
comment.
clip. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it was an old clip.
Oh, it was an old
Oh,
clip.
was
I
it?
swear he said that
I
that
think
week.
so. I could be wrong, but I don't know.
I thought he said on
Didn't
like
Vandy
college
have that
film.
up on the jumbotron too? That quote
Yeah,
that
when
he
they
had.
won.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe it was an old quote.
yeah.
But there's
I don't know. I'm not sure. Anyways, it was badass.
yeah, it
Yeah,
was badass, dude. That is dude. Diego Pavia is a
SEC gets
dog,
you
dude.
excited, man.
Like, where did this Vandy come from, dude?
Dude,
I
they
think
hadn't beat
the
Bama since what, the 80s? At
No,
least the 80s, if not the 70s.
I
I don't
wouldn't. Yeah,
think
Yeah,
Has Vanderbilt ever beat Bama? I thought they never did.
yeah, no, they
no.
had. Yeah, but it was at least since like I don't. I mean, at least Reagan was president. Been a while.
Did you see Vandy got fined the program like what 90,000 dollars for the
For tearing down the goalposts.
yep, and
Good.
walking that thing 3 miles down
That was
Broadway.
badass,
That
dude.
is
Yeah,
so cool.
Andy, you're
That
right.
was so
Vandy
cool.
has beat Bama 20 times. The
There you
last
go.
one before that was 84, then 69,
Yeah,
and then they won a bunch in the 40s and
that's
50s.
Yep.
yeah.
And they won
Well,
in their first win was 1903. Vandy beat
yeah.
Bama 30-0, 34 to Dude, Vandy beat Bama in 1906 78-0.
Holy shit!
Wow.
How the
It was a
tides
different
have
time, man.
turned, no pun
It was a
intended.
different time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it's new time.
It's Mizzou time.
Yeah, hopefully it's Mizzou time on
Yeah.
Saturday.
It's
Yeah.
got to be at some point, bro. I only got like 50 years left, so.
Yeah.
Dude, oh man.
Wow.
I'm gonna take a sip on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. On
Unfortunately,
that
I
note,
don't know
yeah.
if I'll be able to catch the full game because I will be running errands and going to a pumpkin patch Saturday. So,
The way I think about it is this game is a game that obviously you want to watch, but it should be a game that like
you shouldn't have to.
yeah, this is a game that Mizzou should be able to handle.
Yep.
Like before the season, when I was looking at the schedule, there was 3 games on there that were like I could see it going either way, and that was A&M, Bama, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
All the other games to me felt like Mizzou should handle those. They weren't all gimmies,
Yeah.
especially the SEC teams, but I felt very confident that those are games that Mizzou should win.
I agree. And now I feel like I definitely have higher hopes going into Bama if Mizzou decides to show up and play.
My question for you guys is, if Mizzou loses this game, hypothetically, right? How do you feel about Mizzou versus South Carolina and versus Arkansas? Are those now no longer gimme games, and you think those Mizzou could definitely
Yeah.
lose
Not
those?
great. Yeah.
Okay, I do too. I think
I would say not great,
Yeah.
and then your only other guaranteed, well, hopefully guaranteed, is Mississippi State, and then we're back to the first couple years of drink where it's like, hey, we're bowl eligible, woo!
Yeah.
Speaking of that, if we win this
Ah,
weekend, your Missouri Tigers are bowl eligible in week technically 8. It'd be our 7th game, but technically it's week 8.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And Arkansas, you can't throw them out either because they've come out of the gate swinging. I mean, they've been performing every week.
Unfortunately, they've been better than I thought. They did beat Tennessee.
Yeah.
I'm about to pull up their schedule just really quick because they have been
I
way
mean,
better than I
we're
thought.
all biased Mizzou fans, but everybody thought they were going to be bottom of the barrel in the SEC this
We
year.
did,
Yeah.
absolutely did.
And
They
then they're
lost
not.
it. They lost to A&M by 4. They beat
Yeah.
Tennessee. They beat Auburn by 10. They should have beat Oklahoma State. They had like 300 more yards of offense against them. They play LSU this weekend, and they're only 1.5 point underdogs against number 8 LSU. So people are pretty high on Arkansas. They're not ranked right now. Their quarterback Taylor Green is
Interesting.
definitely not bad. He, from what I've heard in the podcast I listened to, is he can make superstar plays, but then he can also make bonehead plays.
Mm,
If he could be consistent, I think he'd be really, really good.
wow.
So Arkansas, definitely not a bad team. I think that's a game right now. Like with the way I feel about Mizzou, Arkansas is not a gimme, and they have not won in Columbia yet, and that's where they play this year.
Yep.
Still not one that I'm like, oh, Mizzou's gonna win. South Carolina's the same way. They should have beat Bama last week, and they
Yep.
should have beat LSU. That's 2 wins. They're 3-3. That's 2 wins that they could have. So they're not gimmies. And then Mississippi State, I think, is a gimme. I think that's a game that Mizzou should easily handle. And then Bama and Oklahoma.
Bama's going to be a tough one, but Oklahoma, I feel like that should be That might be like a Auburn game, you know.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I'd put it in the Auburn tier where I think Oklahoma's better than Auburn.
Yeah.
Even though Auburn should have won that game, they were up by double digits with 7 minutes left in the game and somehow lost. So I
Isn't
think
Oklahoma also just completely decimated wide receiver?
yeah,
I thought I saw that. Yeah.
and they took their preseason all-star quarterback. They already benched him,
Yeah.
Wow.
which is crazy, dude.
Hilarious.
Dude, how many times I saw them talking about Jackson Arnold being the next great and how he's going to throw like 5 touchdowns against Mizzou.
Yeah.
He's
So
not
much
even.
for that.
Yeah, dude. They decided to start a true freshman.
That's crazy.
So as far as key to victories, I think it's rushing the quarterback, getting pressures, generating turnovers, and then offensively establishing the run and just giving plays that Brady build his confidence slowly. Or I mean, if you want to come out the gate and throw one over the top to Luther for a 75-yard touchdown, that'd be even better.
Can't complain there.
I would be absolutely okay with that one. And then maybe an onside kick recovered, and then another 75-yarder to Luther, or like a 50-yarder to Luther. Be cool with that too.
Yeah. So you just want to go ahead and speak for all of us?
That was just my keys to victory.
I think you touched them all.
No,
Oh, is that yours
that'll
too?
work.
I mean, you hit everything.
Oh, well,
Well,
we're just all thinking alike today.
Yeah, I mean,
don't know.
again, yeah, defense, just no big plays. I think we saw
No
a lot
busted
with
coverages.
A&M. We saw a few with Vandy. We saw a couple with Boston College. We just can't allow that.
No.
That's
I
not
will
going to win
second
games.
everything that you said, Lucas, and then I will say, kind of feel like this could be my segment for future games too. The emotional / storyline factors to this game. I don't think we've ever beat Auburn, at least since we've been in the SEC. I don't know how much Drinkwitz can use that since he hasn't been the coach the whole time we've been in the SEC, or the fact that these players have they've only been there as long as they've been there. We lost an SEC championship to them that potentially kept us out of the Natty.
I'm so
or
glad
the
you're going over
CFP, I
this.
guess. Yeah, we lost to them then. I believe either our freshman or sophomore year of undergrad, I went to that game at home, and we got smoked. That might even have been one of the games my freshman year, I think, where I took my shirt off and was one of the guys in the fucking chest paint. Got embarrassed, so that sucked. And then 2 years ago, Nate Pete, I will never forget that. That was literally
God,
one of the
dude.
worst weekends of football in my life. I was like,
How
all right,
do you-
Mizzou was supposed to win that. Huh. No, I just remember, dude. And honestly, the craziest thing is, of all the SEC teams, I don't hate Auburn that much. Like, I'll root for them against Bama, obviously.
Yeah, I don't
And
hate Auburn
then
either.
I really had in terms of ill will towards all SEC fan bases. Don't really have a problem with Auburn, but I fucking hate that we've never beat them.
Auburn is a
And yeah,
team
the
that
whole
should be good every year.
yeah, they should. I mean, my God, with the pedigree they have and just the prestige of their program. But no, dude, the Nate Pete game. I mean, I swear to God, Mevis had the chance to win that with a chip shot field goal. Then we go to overtime, and then Nate Pete's extending for the end zone, which would be a game winner, and we all know how that ended. And then the Chiefs lost to the Falcons, or not the Falcons, the Colts the next day with Matt Ryan, who was basically in a retirement home. So that was a great weekend, and I really hated football that time. Anyways, yeah, we need to be fucking Auburn. So if these guys if that memo has not been spread to the locker room, Eli Drinkwitz, this is for you. Tell them we need to fucking beat Auburn because I'm sick of losing to them. I think this they said was our 4th or 5th all-time matchup with them. At least, or 4 of the 5 have been in the SEC. I don't think we've ever beat them. So we need to change that.
Yeah, no, that'd be lovely. I'm with you, Andy.
Yeah.
Andy's famous line: "We gonna win."
We gonna win.
Yeah, I tried to bring a little bit better analysis this week, man. We in fact did not win against A&M, and I am sorry for leading our viewers astray, as myself. That was a tough one.
You had me hyped up.
Yeah.
Dude, I was so relaxed that first drive, and we're moving the ball. I'm like, okay, things are looking
First
good.
pass,
And
27
then-
yards to Luther, dude. I was like,
Yeah,
oh my God.
Yep.
Where
And
are
then
we
that DPI, and I'm like, okay, there we go. The right call. Wait, they're picking it up? What the fuck? And then
Yeah, I know, right?
Immediately.
Listen, I'm not gonna blame the refs,
So bad.
but you could feel it
No,
right then
at
and
all.
there.
Oh, the momentum was gone.
Yeah.
Gone.
Yeah.
That was easily a first down penalty right there that would have set us up.
That was
Right?
15 yards. We would have been like within the 15 yards from a touch. Again, I'm not saying it changes the outcome of the game
No.
either.
Nope.
but
No.
you could
It
just
was like
feel.
the Chiefs Bucks Super Bowl.
No,
Like,
we don't talk about that. All
well,
right, next we're gonna move on to pick'ems. We're gonna move on to pick'ems. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lined up. 6 lined up this week. Sorry, I can't count. And Andrew did lose, so he owes us a TikTok dance, which I have not sent him what I want him to do. So therefore, it's not on him that it hasn't been done yet. It's on me.
Thank God. Hey, just go ahead and forget about it. It's fine.
No, I'm gonna send it. I'm gonna send it tonight. I'm gonna send it tonight. You know what? We'll record a Saturday.
Okay, that'll work. Whatever. Oh, we can do it in my costume. That'll work.
Yeah,
Yeah, there you go.
that might even be better, dude. That'll be better. So we'll record a Saturday. That'll be posted. If we win Saturday, right immediately. If we lose, it may be archived and never posted.
Okay.
But the first game on the docket that I wanted to do pick'ems this week. And the bet, or before I show these, I don't know why we don't ever discuss the bet before the show. The bet this week, what is it?
I thought you had something lined up, ready to go. I was like, I don't know. I didn't know there was a discussion for the
We
bet.
can do the same thing. We can do some kind of some dance.
Mm,
Not feeling that?
no.
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 All right, dude. I had one thought of too. God dang it. We gotta think of something. So someone's gotta come up with something. I came up with last week.
Yeah.
Anybody?
Those goes.
Maybe let's just take a break this week.
Yeah,
We took a break last week.
Great idea, Nate. That was fantastic.
All right, I'll figure out one, and then the people will just see it on social medias, whatever it is that I figure out. All right, first game on the docket. South Carolina is traveling to Oklahoma. It may not be the most exciting matchup, but for Mizzou, this is a big one because we play both these teams this year. And again, I think South Carolina is better than their record, and I think Oklahoma is mid. So, with that being said, I'll go ahead and give my first pick for this. I'm gonna say South Carolina wins this game. I don't have a whole lot of insight. This is how I feel.
I'm feeling Oklahoma.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Andy, you're the tiebreaker here. Who you got?
It's a home game, but Oklahoma was embarrassed last week. I mean, the last time we were in this situation, I got greedy and tried to pick Tulane, I think, to beat Oklahoma.
Yeah.
But South Carolina's not Tulane. South Carolina's going to get this one.
All right, so we got South Carolina.
This year, man.
That makes me feel really good about that. Obviously,
they're really bad 4-2.
Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah, 100%. Next game on the docket, which I think this game.
Well, can we go back? Maybe I'll switch to South Carolina.
No, it's too late. I already got it.
What do you mean it's too late?
I got it in. Now, if you want to change it, do you want to change it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Coward.
Yeah. Andy, instead of typing your name as rooting for South Carolina, I put South Carolina instead of your name.
There you go.
All right. Next game. I think this next game is interesting. Before the year, I would never put this game on the docket, but both teams are impressive right now. Realistically, one team is 6-0, ranked higher than Mizzou. And I was telling Nathan before the show, never thought I'd see the day this football team is ranked higher than Mizzou, and that is Nebraska going on the road to 16 Indiana. Indiana being 16.5-point favorites, over under 49.5. And again, this is all off FanDuel.
I will take the lead on this one. I've seen Indiana play a couple times, tuned into their games. They are looking pretty good this year. Nebraska, of course, is, as per usual every year. So Indiana all the way.
Okay. Andy?
I would say Nebraska is, pleasantly surprising a lot of people, or I guess at least Husker fans.
Well, they have Pat Mahomes.
They have Pat Mahomes Jr. Dude, I wouldn't even call him Junior. He's a copycat, and it's a little creepy how
he's Pat Mahomes.
similar he's
Pat
trying to
Mahomes plays for Nebraska and the Chiefs, dog.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that'd be one way to explain it. Anyways, Indiana, I'm going to pick them. I saw that their head coach was on Pat McAfee show. Fantastic entertainment if you guys are ever bored and want your sports talk from even more qualified knuckleheads. But they had him on there, and I don't know where he came from before. I think it was JMU.
Yes, he came from JMU.
Signetti, is that his last name?
Yep. Wow, wait a
Anyways,
minute.
he had
I wouldn't have been
some.
able to pronounce that right. Good shit.
There you go. I'm part Italian, I guess. I don't know. But I think it was his intro press conference, and they asked him, how are you going to get this team to win? And he was like, all I do is win. Google me. And I'm like,
Yeah, he
damn,
did say
okay.
that.
I mean, you know what? I'm convinced. I'm sold. That's all you got to say. That's cold.
Yep.
He said that, and then he had another quote from his interview with McAfee where he was like, some coaches, he's like, they get to town, or they get to the away games. They get to the town on Thursday night, and they got a regimen about, hey, we can go out for a couple hours, yada yada yada. He's like, no, I don't do that. He's like, we don't get there till 8:30 the night before. Wake up, got a 3:30 game, kick their ass, get on plane, go home. He's
Wow.
down to business. And
He literally said he
this,
gets there as late as he can right before the game.
yeah.
Wow.
I mean, this isn't an away game, but he's at home, so they're going to show up and kick ass and send Nebraska on their way home. So
Okay.
there you go.
I also have Indiana,
Yeah.
so very easy. Next game on the docket. I think this is some of the top ACC teams. 6 Miami 4.5-point favorites going on the road to Louisville, and I'll go ahead and start this one because I didn't start the last one. As much as I want to say Louisville because I think they're a good team, Miami has Cam Ward, and I think he's a straight dog. He might be the best quarterback in college football right now. So I'm going to go Miami. I think it's a shootout, but I'm going Miami. Who you guys got?
There you go. I'll take Miami too. They've snuck some wins out the last couple of weeks, or I guess 3 weeks. The one same night as the Royals clinching the playoffs. I remember that one where they got away with some BS against Virginia Tech, and then they came back against California at the College Game Day game. And I think there was a controversial call in that game that they let slide. And I mean, granted, you shouldn't.
They had a illegal man downfield, which Mizzou had, and they called our shit back.
Yeah. So, I mean, undefeated's undefeated. I can't bring these complaints up and then also, shut up all the haters about the Chiefs. So they're 6-0, and they got a good team. Cam Ward, like you said, the stud. It'll be a close game, I bet, but I think they'll pull it out.
Same. I agree. Cam Ward's a dog.
I'm gonna go Miami as well.
I think this game is going to be really good.
Yeah. No doubt in Louisville, but
I think if Louisville were to win, I wouldn't be like super surprised. Truthfully,
I hope they win. I hope Louisville does, but I think Miami will.
I am in the same boat. I hope Louisville wins as well, but I also think that Miami does. The next game on the docket, probably the second best game of the day. We have number 7 Bama traveling to number 11, them Big Orange Vols. Bama is favored on the road in Knoxville. I think that's where they play. Hopefully, I got that right. Both teams are 5-1. Both teams the last 2 weeks have not looked very good. So this is definitely a bounce back game for both teams. Over under 56.5 points. So they're, thinking some points will be scored this game. I'm curious to see who you guys got.
Hey, you want to take this one first?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Again, both teams haven't been looking great. Tennessee performance last week, not the best at all. I'm just gonna go Roll Tide on this one.
Roll Tide. He don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide.
I think the Morgan Wallen in me wants to pick the Vols, but like you guys have said, I mean, 2 weeks ago they both got upset and then barely moved in the AP because that's some bullshit. But and last week they both got sloppy wins. Too bad they didn't lose again. But they're both coming from very similar places, and it's going to be a who's going to figure it out kind of game. I don't know. Bama beat Georgia, and Tennessee's SEC win is Oklahoma. Now they weren't as banged up as they were then, but they did go on the road, beat the Sooners in Norman. You got to go with Bama, right?
Yeah.
So Andrew also doesn't give a shit about nothing but the Tide.
Gotta be careful with the Tide.
So last time these two teams played in Knoxville, Tennessee got a huge win over Bama. They tore their goalposts down, and that was the Hendon Hooker year where Tennessee looked really, really good. I was actually kind of rooting for them. I'm not gonna lie. It was
I was too.
exciting. It
Yeah.
was new. It felt like, a different team is in the top four. They look really, really good. So I was rooting for Tennessee. This year, I could not root for Tennessee. And as much as I don't want to root for Bama as well, the wife is a part Bama fan, and she's already said that for the Mizzou and Bama game, she's going to wear Bama gear to make me mad.
Wow.
Just kidding. She's not actually going to. I would never let her do that.
Oh, you already told me that. Yeah.
Yeah, I would never actually let her do that.
I'm surprised she hadn't bust through the door wearing Bama shit right now.
I know, right?
Yeah.
She might on Bama week.
So, but because I think Jalen Milroe is still good, and
Yeah.
Ryan Williams was so much fun to watch against Georgia, and I think Bama gets the win on the road.
Yeah.
I don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide. Next game up on the docket is easily game of the day. You got them Georgia dogs traveling to them Texas. Horns down.
Wow.
So I'm gonna go first here. Let me take the horns on this one. Let me take 'em.
All right.
Let me
Grab
take
the
'em.
bull by the
Calm
horns.
down, buddy.
I'm gonna say this right now. Texas might be number one. They haven't played fucking nobody, right? Their best team is what? Oklahoma and or Michigan. Answer this for me. Do either of those teams look good? No, they don't. Neither of them.
No, that's what they do.
Now
Yeah.
Georgia has a loss, and Georgia has not looked all that great either. So I understand why Texas is the favorite to win this football game. But them dogs are gonna go down to Austin and get a fucking win on the road. Give me Georgia.
All right.
That hyped me up, dude. I ain't gonna lie.
I can tell.
Well, Lucas, I'm gonna take your horns down and counter with a horns up, baby.
Oh my god! I should have already. I should have put you down for Longhorns, bro.
I got a roommate from undergrad, Colby. If you've stumbled your way across this podcast, I hope you're watching, man. I've always liked the Longhorns, man. Of our former Big 12 rivals, I fucking hate Oklahoma because they kept us from winning a couple Big 12 titles, and they've given us more. They've given us more trouble. I really don't have any problem with Texas. Sure, they probably beat us a few times, but nothing as excruciating as what Oklahoma's done to us.
To be honest,
and
I don't really hate
you're gonna
Texas.
cut me off in the middle of my prediction? That's fine. Okay.
I just gotta say I don't really hate them either.
This guy,
Yeah.
the audacity
I know.
on this
I know. I might
on
as well
thi-
just do a TikTok
on
dance
this
with Andy.
guy.
I might do a dance with Andy to make up for it. I don't hate Texas
but,
either.
I don't, man.
I think they're overrated. That's my feelings.
I didn't get to watch the whole Red River rivalry. I'm glad I said that without slurring it. But they didn't look great initially. I was like, oh shit, Oklahoma might have showed up to play. But I think we had a family thing to go to. That's what it was. But final score speaks for itself. Granted, Oklahoma's banged up, but 34-3. Texas had a great year last year, but their one loss before, I guess, the CFP was Oklahoma. So sometimes you throw out all the other results when it comes to the Red River rivalry, and they lost last year. And they exercised those demons and then some this year. Granted, different teams, but I think you got to take that into consideration. Georgia's one loss is against Bama, who looks weaker than we thought they were the week of that game. Georgia's a good team. They always are, but it's at home. And I also saw a clip today of the last time that these two teams played, which was the 2019 Sugar Bowl. And Bevo damn near stomped on Uga. So I think that's a good embodiment of how the teams are going to play on Saturday. So
They're
Longhorns going to
messing
get the
with
win.
them big dogs. They're messing with
They're
them big
messing with
dogs.
them big dogs, but them Bulls are going to take them by the horns.
Oh, I
That's all I gotta
saw. I
say.
cannot. Oh, we're gonna be together too. I cannot wait. All right, Nathan.
Both teams, you can argue who's going to win and who's played better or shittier this season and who's played who.
I don't know why I'm so nervous right now.
Give me them Texas Longhorns.
No!
Sure, let's go.
I really thought you were gonna say, "Give me them dogs, dude." No.
Give me them Longhorns, baby. Georgia
You're a
has
smart man, Nate. You're a smart
Georgia's
man.
kind of played like shit this year, regardless. You can hype them up, and they're a phenomenal program and a great team. I do see them kind of winning this game, but I would love to see Texas beat them. I don't care if it's a
and we
close
didn't even
game.
talk about the fact that fucking Kirby Smart shoved a player on Mississippi State last
No,
week.
that was fucked.
Yeah, that was
Fuck him,
wow.
That's
bro.
rock.
That guy should
Yeah.
honestly, Kirby should be suspended for a game.
Yeah. So sorry, Nate, as you were saying.
No,
Go ahead.
you interrupt me on that. Yeah.
Dude, this guy down here interrupting you?
We got a problem. We got a problem here.
Yeah, I mean, Texas has looked good this year, and sure, Lucas, you can argue that they beat a shitty Michigan team, but I mean, that really
That's Texas,
solidifies
baby.
that whenever Michigan lost to,
Washington.
yeah, Washington. But I mean, then again, they were playing with Arch Manning. They're a freshman who.
Arch Manning was not playing against Michigan.
No, after that though.
He did play. He did play against Mississippi State. Yes.
Yeah,
I think he might have played another game, but I can't remember.
I think he played 2 consecutive
It
games.
was the
But I
one
think
against
They played some nobody team, and then they played
Louisiana, I
Mississippi State.
think.
Yeah,
I think it was
Louisiana
Louisiana.
Monroe or something.
But I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, they got their quarterback back. They looked pretty good last week, and I think they're gonna
Can't pick against Matthew McConaughey, man.
Yeah,
I love Matthew McConaughey. That's the part that kills me. Dude. I love Matthew McConaughey.
I know, right? I hate seeing him on the sideline too at Texas because it's like before this year, it's like really Texas, come on. Why you
Yeah,
a Texas
I was
fan?
like, dude, can you just be a Tiger, please?
Yeah,
When they had him for fucking was it Bama in Texas last year?
Yeah.
And he was talking with McAfee on the sideline. He was like, "This is for the show, and this is for the dough."
yeah.
No, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. That is like
Hold on.
probably the coolest dude you could get to like root for your school and be a professor
yeah.
there. Like that is
Yeah,
so
Andy
dope.
is a professor now.
That is so
I forgot
dope,
about
dude.
that.
Like
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love McConaughey. It makes me sad.
Probably
and then-
starts every class with "all right, all right, all right."
Yeah, he probably
Yeah.
does, dude. Next
Yep.
game up on the docket.
Give me them
is-
horns, baby.
Hey yo, all right. The 2-4 Auburn Tigers are traveling on the road to face off against your number 19 Missouri Tigers. Mizzou Tigers are 4.5-point favorites. I do want to let you know that it did open up as we were 8-point favorites. Now we're 4.5-point favorites. Over unders 50.5. Curious to see what's your score prediction. We've talked about what we think the keys are victory. If you want to give some insight of why you think we're gonna win, go for it. And I believe we are starting with big dog, big horn Andrew here.
Oh.
Yes, sir.
Give me 1 second here, mate. Hopefully it stays here and doesn't show everything over there. Oh wait. Oh.
Oh, whoa. What's going on?
Experiencing technical difficulties at the moment.
Yeah, I forgot to. I forget. There's a little button that says allow share system audio, and I forgot to do that. 3, 2, 1. Oh shit. All right, Andrew. I'm gonna get this queued up.
Anyways.
You ready?
Yeah, let's go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time of the year. It's Missouri homecoming. The boys are ready to bounce back. You know what? We got our ass kicked last time we played an SEC team. Not today, or not Saturday. The boys are going to bounce back. We're throwing away all those stupid group of 4 games. They don't fucking matter. This is SEC football. Give me 30-21 Missouri Tigers. Let's go.
I fucking love
We're
it,
getting
dude.
that dub, baby.
Oh man, let's go. I wish I had some drink left.
It ain't going to be pretty. We want a bigger blowout, but we're going to get that dub.
So you say 31, 21, 20.
30-21.
That's right. Yeah, I got it backwards.
Yep.
So you have 51 points. So you have the over as well, and you have Mizzou covering the spread. So 30-21. Andy has your Missouri Tigers beating those Auburn Tigers. That feels so weird to say. I'm not gonna lie to you. All right, Nate. You tell me when you're ready, and I'll get to it.
Let's do it.
All right, Nate. Auburn's traveling here to Columbia, Missouri to face off against our Tigers.
That's right, baby. Bring the heat. Come on, Auburn. Come on. Let's go. Bring it. We're going to fucking crash you guys. Let's go. Talk your smack. I don't care. Say we're up with, with talent as far as Kentucky and Vandy. Fuck you. I got Mizzou all the way, bro. We're going to go 14-34.
Okay, for a second I was confused again.
Ah, shit. I always say
Yeah, Stucker's leading with the losing score. Yeah.
I said he said 14. I said, what kind of game is this?
Actually, let's go 30-14.
30-14. All right. So you and Andy are in a consensus that we're scoring 30 points, but Nathan has it that they're scoring one less touchdown. So he has that defense stepping up. Total of 44 points.
Right.
Nathan has the Missouri Tigers winning
Let's go!
30-14. And this is the moment y'all been waiting for right here.
Now we can actually probably end the podcast right now.
This is what you guys have been waiting for. I'm going to play this song. I'm going to show you my AI generated picture, which
Oh,
is exactly.
That's what we've been waiting for.
Yo, how
This
come
is it.
you get an AI generated picture but we don't?
Yeah, we don't. Yeah.
I've definitely said that you could definitely get one.
Well,
Just saying. You just got to get one made and send it to me. I'll get it up there. Oh, man, I'm pumped up. I hope you guys are ready.
born ready, just like the Mizzou Tigers are.
We gotta go with some heat. I'm in the motherfucker.
Oh, different song this week. Okay.
Let's take it
All
on.
New
right.
song every week, man.
Calm down.
Many men wish death upon Mizzou. Oh, man.
Mhm.
We have not looked how we thought we would look this point in the year. We're 5-1 and we look like dog ass.
Man,
We got something to fucking prove, and they needed some bulletin board material. And thank you, Who Freeze, you gave it to us. We got lesser talent. This lesser talent. God damn it. This lesser talent is gonna whoop that ass. You got nobody we can't fuck with. Diamond in the dirt.
nobody.
Ooh.
Give me Mizzou. 38. Auburn. 21.
Ooh.
Okay. Taking the
All
over,
right.
50.5.
So I have the safe bet this week. Here we go. Okay.
What did I say? 38-21.
21, yeah.
I know that is not a favorite. I know that's a lot of points, especially for two offenses who have not looked great. I think this is the week Mizzou figures it out, man. That's how I feel. This is the week we figure it out.
Go.
This is the week we put the pieces of the puzzle together. This is the week we score points and we look like the top 10 team we're supposed to be. Hopefully, I don't make myself look stupid when we come back next week. And I may have just been, dude. I gotta stop playing music when I do my stuff because I get too hype. I've done that, dude. I've done that every game where I have said I just get too hype and I just give some crazy score. But not this week because I'm hitting it right on the money.
Good stuff.
Right on the money.
All right.
Anyways, gentlemen, that's all I had for us today. I appreciate you guys coming on, talking some Mizzou football. I appreciate everybody who was in here watching the show. We'll be back again next week, unless we lose. We may never come back. I don't know yet. We'll figure it out. Come Saturday.
Literally and metaphorically.
Yeah, Saturday afternoon. You may never hear from us again. We'll see.
Yeah. We might all kill each other Saturday.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Hey,
Oh.
If we're doing it, we're holding hands while we do it, though. We're gonna jump off the bridge together, boys.
And
all right. I think
yeah, that is the end of this.
No.
We'll see you guys later.
Again, like, comment, share the show. Again, we do this for fun, so we appreciate all and any support. Thank you guys for watching, and thank you for all the support that we have gotten so far. And we end the show the same way every motherfucking time. MIZ.
ZOU, baby.
ZOU.
Peace out, dogs.